In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can um, clone the repo and make some changes based on the code shared by Claude for the fine tuning using 10,000 records. So go to github.com/alumnex-ai-labs, and once you are here, click on repositories, and inside repositories search for eng-telugu-mbart. So inside this repository, go to code, copy. Okay, now go to the your EC2 instance, and check out the other video which is available in the playlist for connecting to EC2. Okay, now once you're here, do ls, create a new folder. I'll create a temp fine tuning demo with 10,000 data records. Okay, so there's a new folder created. I get into it, and then I say git clone, and whatever I copied from this GitHub repo, I copy it over here, and then I paste it over here, and I press enter, and it's cloning into this. Great. Now that it's cloned into this, the next step is we see this folder, navigate into that folder, and then again you will see that there is train.py already there, so you just remove train.py, leave that train.py as it is. We'll create a new file. So to create a new file in this, you can say nano space fine tune train underscore 10,000, okay, .py. So this is the new training file we are creating. Go to Claude. Okay, so see where the code is. So version 2, this is the code for that. Okay, updated with some work set. Just click on copy, and once you select over here, paste, and it gets pasted. Click on Control X, click on Y, and click on enter. Okay, so it will save that file called train underscore 1000.py. Now if you do ls, you'll find that file is over there, train underscore 1000.py. Now we need to train with that. Before we go there, let us do create the venv file. Okay, so python space -m venv. Okay, so it's not Python, it's Python 3. Okay, so it will create the virtual environment. Now that we create the virtual environment, we need to activate it. So source venv bin activated. Okay, now virtual environment is activated. So you should be able to see venv at the start. That means it is virtual environment is activated. Now that virtual environment is activated, next what are we going to do? Pip install -r requirements.txt. So when we do that, it is going to install all the requirements that we need for this particular fine tuning. So the point is, there is no point in installing all of this again, because we already did this before, correct? So what we should do is go back. Okay, I just showed you the steps if you want to do it completely from scratch. So when you're doing this pip install requirements.txt in this virtual environment, it is going to install that entire 2 GB kind of data again in this new folder. So it is not efficient use of space. So what we do is we go back, and where we did the original fine tuning with 1000 records, we use the virtual environment of that, because the requirements.txt is the same. Okay, so we go back, cd, go into the where was that earlier one where we did it? So it said fine tune demo. Okay, so we go to fine tune demo again. Okay, and inside this I do ls, and inside mBart. So in this folder, if you where is the venv inside this? Okay, sorry. So I just do deactivate into this, and so I just remove this temp fine tuning for now. It's not required, so I'll clear it. So I do cd fine tune demo 1. Okay, so eng, and inside this folder I can see venv over here, right? So this is already there as a folder here. So what we do is we just activate this. So it says source venv bin activated. Okay, so this will make sure that we are using all the pip install that is already done. We don't have to do it again, right? So that will save time and resources on the system. Okay, now we are just, earlier we had train.py already over here. Now we have a new file which is nano space train underscore 10,000 dot py. Okay, so now we go to Claude and just copy and paste it over here. Okay, so Control X, yes, save, enter. Okay, so Control X and yes, Y, and enter. Okay, now this file is saved. Now that the virtual environment is already there, now we just should be able to train it. So we should say Python space train underscore 10,000. Okay, that's it. So it will continue the training on this. Okay, so let us see if it is happening. So I think we missed out on specifying the limit. Okay, so again by default I think it's taking 10,000 only. Telugu translation fine tuning, DSH Samanantar, AI Bharat. Okay, samples 10,000 from 4.95 million. It's already taking it. That is great. 10 epochs, batch size is 8. Okay, using device CUDA. Okay, so basically it started taking the data into 3 sets. You can see it here, Parkway 1012, and it has pulled in 10,000 records, I suppose. Total records in data set is 4.95 million. And selecting 10,000 samples from 4.96 total rows, selected 10,000 samples, renaming the columns, filtering it, and started the fine tuning process. Okay, so now let it complete the fine tuning process, and once it is done with the fine tuning process, then we will examine the next steps in terms of how we can deploy this into the new location and then test it in the front end to see how this new fine tune model is performing. Okay, so the same procedure should be followed for every increment from 10,000. If you make it 25,000 data set, then again you follow the same process. Okay, so now I am so this is the same process you have to follow. Thank you. I just stopped the training process. You can continue from your side.